Hey, Marissa Boyle here, talking to you about how to qualify investors. So if you remember, I have a background as a hedge fund analyst, got my start during the Great Recession in real estate working with investors. So one thing I want to teach you real quick is how to qualify investors. So if you remember, the market's always good for somebody, buyers, sellers, or investors. So you need to know how to qualify all these people when they call you and say, hey, I want to invest in real estate. So I'm going to give you the first 7 questions that you're going to ask a person when they call and say that. So number 1, what type of real estate do they want to invest in? Is it single family homes, duplexes, townhouses, apartments, office, retail, warehouse? What is it that they want? What type of real estate? That question, that's immediately in your brain. Do I have the skill set and the expertise to help this person? If you do, great, keep going. If not, your options are to refer that person to another agent or partner with an agent if it's something that you want to learn how to do. So number 1, what type of real estate do they want to invest in? Number 2 is, are they going to be a buy and hold rental property person? Or are they wanting to flip? So fix and flip and get it sold. Number 3, you're going to ask them, are you paying cash or getting a loan? You need to figure out where they're at financially. If they're going to get a loan, they need to know that you probably need around 20% for the down payment, which is higher than what you need for a primary residence. So making sure they know that. If they don't have that money, have they considered things like doing hard money loans or interest-only loans? So figure that out. Number 4 is, how much are they willing to put in absolute dollars for repair and upfit? So you got to remember there's the cost to acquire the property and then there's the cost that it's going to take to rehab it. So how much money do they have sitting aside and how much do they want to put into the property? Number 5, do they want to do cosmetic repairs or structural repairs or both, right? So cosmetic would be things like fixing paint, carpet. Structural would be doing things like moving wall. They say want to open the wall up, make a big kitchen, great. That's more structural. So what type of renovation do they want to do? Okay. And then number 6, this is one of my favorites. How many investment properties do you currently own or have you owned in the past? Because you want to kind of figure out what their skill set and level of investment knowledge is. And then number 7, what is your timeline to acquire the property? And then you can also ask them, how many properties do you want to acquire? Okay, so immediately somebody says, I want to be an investor. These are the first 7 questions you're going to ask them. And then we go into our next 7. If they've identified as a buy and hold investor or a flipper, what you're going to ask them, you can check out those 2 courses. I've separated them so you can look at buy and hold investments and how to flip. Don't be shy. Go ahead and ask these questions. You will look and act and be the expert when you ask these. Also, if you are unsure about an investor, tell them you charge a retainer fee that's refundable to them at closing, which means they'll put you to work, give you a retainer, and then when they close on a property, they get that money back. That also shows you how serious they are. So again, don't be afraid. Make sure you're qualifying all your clients and investors specifically. These are the first 7 questions that I always ask. Thank you.